Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your April 2019 love reading. I'm Jade with yesYesYes. Welcome back to the channel. I've been taking a little bit of a break, had some other things come up, but I'm back to do your love readings. So we're going to use two decks today, and then I'll probably use an oracle card. So we want to, we're going to start with the Lenormand deck, and then I'll finish everything up with the Line Strider. So the Lenormand deck, we're going to see, and I've pre-shuffled and kind of concentrated on your energies. We're going to see how everybody is playing out, who's moving towards who this month. All right, so for Scorpio, let's see where this whole story begins. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. I do lots of different readings, and we do love in the mid-month. So that's what, this is kind of like mid-month to mid-month. If you are enjoying this reading, hit that thumbs up button, or feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you here with the community. And if not, what I'm doing, because this is a love reading, what I would suggest is this is Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter. It's a lot of possibilities there. So, if it's resonating, great. And if not, this I might be just reading for different Scorpios. There's so many different people to be reading for. Oh my gosh. So the masculine and the feminine are right next to each other. You're so close. Here's the other thing, is that the feminine is looking over her shoulder at the masculine, okay? Oh, I think I have these outside of the, sorry about that. So the feminine is looking towards the masculine. Look at that. There's nothing in between them. So there's a couple different ways to look at this. It could mean that right now there's silence and you're just kind of looking at each other, eyeing each other, looking over one another, trying to see if they're, if each of you are up to the test, if they're good enough for you, if you're good enough for them. I doubt you're questioning that, Scorpio, but you're really probably eyeing them and wondering if they're good enough for you. They and themselves are also eyeing you, wondering if it's going to work out. This could be a very new relationship. This could also be an existing relationship where you're just kind of taking a break. Maybe this is a no contact situation. It could really apply across the board, because I'm not able to go in between and see what's going on because there weren't any cards there. So it's basically telling me that there is no, you guys are both very individual. You are very connected to who you are, and you're wondering if this other person is in fact a good match for you, regardless of if they've been, if they're a new person or an old person or what have you. Now, we'll do the Line Strider deck just to see what the story is. We'll get into it from here. All right, so for Scorpio, what's going on, Scorpio? And when I was pre-shuffling, the Knight of Wands popped out once very nonchalantly, which I thought was really funny. He just kind of flopped out. And then later on, he threw himself at my feet, basically. So if the Knight of Wands is a message for one of you, if there's a energy where you are interested in a fire sign, or if there's a fire sign around you, he himself is making himself known, or she, of course, because I'm not really thinking about masculine. I'm not thinking about gender. I'm thinking about masculine, feminine roles, and those roles themselves are the one who takes the initiative versus one who is the receptive. So I might even change the terms to the initiator versus the receptor. Now, one thing is, I did not pull the middle card. Give me this middle card, please. Okay. All right, Four of Wands. These two wanted to both come out. All right, so what's going on? What's the initial bond here is that it looks like we've got, and I might have two stories going on here. So we have the Four of Wands in reverse. So what that's telling me is that it was a connected relationship. It was a family situation. It was something that was building, but right now it is upturned. It's upended. There might have been a break. We might be talking about a relationship that is in silence. It is, you are on a break. You had a breakup. You're wondering if you're going to get back together. And the wondering is here in this Eight of Swords card. The other thing is that if you know, again, if you're not in a relationship or haven't been, we're not talking about that. We're talking about you're totally single. Right now, you've bound yourself up mentally in this story of singlehood. And I think that what I'm feeling is that this is the chance for you to release that story so that you yourself can move on and not even worry about if you're in a relationship or not. Because when you are free from that is when things step in, of course. But we can't really fool the universe into thinking, you know, well, Scorpio, you're very good. But the universe is a little bit better than us humans. And so while you're very good at fooling other people into thinking that you may not need a relationship and that you may be totally over something or totally not desiring of relationship, the universe knows, like, the truth is still there. And so I think that this is just a process of releasing just those last tendrils of a connection to a past relationship, or a connection to you feeling like you have to be in relationship, like you need to identify yourself as being in relationship. Okay, so that's our baseline. What's going on here is we have for the feminine, and this would be the receptive energies, the Three of Pentacles is in the I'm saying upright, but it's in the reverse. The Three of Pentacles came out in the reverse. So this is this is a card of community and of collaboration. So this is the card that the feminine has pulled herself back, right? And it could be because the masculine is here with the Three of Cups. The masculine could be partying a bit. I do like that you're both on their threes. Highly creative energy, extroverted energy. You know, you're both feeling the vibe of being out there in the world. I think that the feminine here is pulling herself back, though, you know, feeling that energy, but pulling yourself back because you want to make sure that wherever you're putting it is going to be something that's going to be a long-term and stable connection. I think that you're being really cautious, and that's fair, absolutely, because, you know, we all have issues in the past that make us, you know, we need to be cautious. We still have things out of sorry about that. I'll move them down. We need to make sure that we're putting ourselves out there and we're bringing things to us that are going to serve our higher needs. And I think the feminine's really adjusting for that. She's really looking at what's going to be best for her long term. Masculine, you might just be enjoying yourself right now. It could be that you're enjoying yourself by going out with friends, by drinking a lot. Could also mean that you might have opened yourself up emotionally in a way that you haven't in the past. With these threes being here, it does tell me that there could be another thing going on. So maybe that if this is an existing couple, there might be a child involved, there might be a family member involved in your relationship, there could be an outside party, or this could be a relationship that was an open relationship, and maybe it's that the feminine is now done with that open relationship while the masculine was kind of enjoying it. Okay, so that again is where we're coming from. Okay, let's see what else is going on here for Scorpio. Okay, both in the reverse. We've got Nine of Swords in the reverse for the feminine. Interesting. So you're really bothered by it, and then we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse for the masculine. So feminines, you're really bothered by this not having the stability. You're really wanting it. It's, you know, again, you're up in your head about it. You have this clear idea of what family, what relationship is, and you're getting really clear about not accepting anything less. I approve of this. I applaud you for that. Make sure that you're not pulling yourself out too much from the world as you're getting really clear on what your needs are. Because this Nine of Swords and even the Eight of Swords here, those are Gemini cards, by the way. So, you know, there's that connection. Now, with it being in the reverse, I do like it. That means that, you know, you're starting to get really clear and you're starting to come out of the place where it's bothering you so much. This means that you're starting to get really comfortable with what your needs are and asking for them. This is confusing to me because Scorpio, you're usually pretty clear about, this is my boundary, this is what I need, and this is what, you know, if you can't give it to me, then goodbye. So I might be just talking to a few Scorpios who got in their head, got something. And actually, I've done a couple of readings where, you know, there's been a question about someone who tried to fool a Scorpio, and it's really confusing. I feel like there have been some almost amazing relationships out there that have been the almost thing, and when it didn't work out, it's totally floored people. And I think that's happened to some of you Scorpios as well. Even though you're really good about your intuition's usually pretty on, and I think that was really surprising. So maybe there could have been a deep wound that happened here specifically for the feminine. Now, again, if you are totally single feminines, this means that you're coming out of your head about this. You've gotten yourself clear from past stuff, okay? For the masculine, for the one who's coming forward, the Ace of Wands, I think I showed this to you, but it's in the reverse. So this is like passionate. This is the phallic symbol. This is all of that masculine energy of fire and action, and it's in the reverse. So what I'm wondering is now the masculine might feel a little emasculated. The masculine might feel like he has to pull back some. This could be in reaction, if this is their current relationship, in reaction to what's going on for the feminine. But it can also mean that perhaps this partying was not enough for him. He's starting to figure it out. So for the masculine Scorpios, you might be realizing that playing the field is not enough for you, and that you too might want something deeper, okay? Let's see what else. Okay, Six of Wands. I like this for you feminines. You're getting to this victorious place. So you're going through your process and you're starting to feel a lot better. You're starting to take action and move forward from that place of stability, of certainty, of self-confidence, of being Scorpio. So let's just say you've checked yourself back into being Scorpio here. Beautiful. This is about where we're at now. The masculine, we've got the Two of Swords in the reverse. There's a choice, and I think that this is an internal choice for you, masculines. Your choice is, do you want to be a party boy or do you want to have something deeper? You're not quite at the place of making the choice. I think you're just thinking about it right now. There might be somebody that you have met in your party time, and you're wondering if that's somebody that you can transfer into a relationship, because sometimes that happens too, where you think, oh, it's just for fun, and then all of a sudden that fun turns into the possibility of being something more. So it seems like the masculine is thinking about that right now. Now, if this is an ongoing relationship that's in separation or what and have you, the masculine is sensing that he needs to make this choice, or else he's going to lose this feminine. That's what I'm seeing. At least that's what the cards are saying right now. Feminine seems to be empowered at the moment. Okay. Now, moving back towards each other, how are we going to get closer to one another? This is how this spread works. I do like this spread for that reason. If you like the spread, let me know. Some people really do, and I get some great feedback from it because it works out. It's, you kind of go away from each other personally, and then you come back together. So for the feminine, now we have the Page of Swords. So this is that, we talk about that being the stalker card, It's what I'm seeing about this is it's in the reverse, okay? There's this need to speak. There's this need to speak the truth. Both of these cards, the Two of Pentacles came out for the masculine, also in reverse. There's a need to speak, to move forward, but it's just we're not quite there yet. We are in the remnants of Mercury going direct. Mercury is direct, but the power of it's not quite there. There's also a lot of shiftiness going on in the astrology overall right now. So a lot of people are feeling disempowered. They're feeling not themselves. And this could also mean you biting your tongue, which is really different, okay? So, while you're in a place where we're wanting you to get back to yourself, we're seeing that, you're still not quite there. You're still needing to speak your truth. And it might be to this other person. And if this is a new relationship, you might be just holding back a bit, not wanting to come on too strong. Maybe trying to do things a little differently if this is a new relationship. And so just be aware, Scorpio, that what makes you brilliant, why we like you, is because you do speak the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts. I'm not saying just say whatever without a filter, but I do like the fact that you might be considering what's coming out, what you're saying, what truth you're sharing even with this person. And again, this could be an energy coming to you. The way that I do this reading is that these are generally your energies. So that's why I'm reading it as if it's you pulling back and not sharing any information. And so again, if this is in separation, you're not speaking yet. You're still, when you're getting into your power, but you're not quite speaking to this other person. If this is a new relationship, it feels to me like you just might be slowly opening up, okay? Sorry, that was a long one for the masculine. Like I said, the Two of Pentacles. So this is another card of needing, it's balance, it's choice. We've got 2 2s for the masculine. This is a dancer card. That's what I look at it as, is that, you're balancing multiple things. You're trying to keep all the balls in the air. Things are coming down, okay? So you're gonna have to make this choice, masculine, and you're looking at it in terms of speaking it, and you're looking at it in terms of stability, of making a choice that's gonna provide you something long-term. So I like that you're taking your time with this, that you're not just jumping. That's I think that's great. The fact that both of these cards are coming out in the reverse, the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, is really showing that you are taking your time and you're really considering your options. These 2 options, which is a life of, being a bachelor, enjoying yourself, or a life of making something stable and passionate. These choices come up to all of us, and we all have the opportunity to make that choice. I think that you're sitting in it, you're really considering it from all different angles. Let's see what happens for the masculine. Okay, so what's coming forward, or what's coming forward? What's bringing you 2 forward? Bringing you 2 together. Okay, so interesting, masculine. So for the feminine, we've got the 8 of Cups. It came out in the reverse. So first, let me say, if this is a relationship that was in a if we're in no contact, if it was a past relationship, when we're talking about that coming back around, what I'm seeing for the feminine is that she has not moved on. So for masculines, if you're considering getting back with someone and you're wondering, she has not moved on so far. That's what the cards are saying. Now for the feminine, she's getting in her power, okay? So she's definitely back into her power, the way that that we know her to be, okay? She's feeling victorious, but biting her tongue, not speaking her truth. And so again, if you are the feminine here, this is what you're going through. Now, this 8 of Cups means that you're just kind of, you're not willing, not ready to move on to the next step, okay? So I think that you're just still healing, feeling empowered, not feeling taken down by what was happening to you, but just still healing and not ready to start a whole new life. I think what you want to do is you want to look at your life, I think that the things that you wanted in the past, let me start that over. The things that you wanted in the past, you've been considering, are those the things that I really want? And I'm feeling that with you not moving away from that you're really seeing like, yes, I did really want stable, solid family. Yes, I really did want collaboration. Yes, I really did want to have truth and clarity in my relationships. Those are all very general. So I think that you're seeing that and you're realizing and kind of, sticking with, this is what I want in relationships. So that's the not moving if you're single, okay? For the masculine, look at this, King of Pentacles. I think he's finally chosen. So for the masculines, it looks like your choice is that you're going towards the stable, and you stepped up in a big way here. It's not the page, it's not the knight, it's not the queen, it's the king, okay? You have stepped up in a very stable, deeply solid way. Sure, it's slow. You took your time, that's fine. If it gets you to the King of Pentacles, that's fine, okay? Now, what's interesting is that there's not a lot of like sauce or spice here with the Pentacles. So we'll see what brings you two together ultimately here. But I like that you're saying, yep, I'm going to step up. I'm going to present a nice stable foundation. That's what I'm doing. So I think that's beautiful, masculine. So the feminine, and this could also be the feminine sensing this, and maybe that's why she's not wanting to move on. And if you're single, again, and Paco agrees, Paco the cat agrees. The other thing is that if you're totally single, or if you've just met this person, the stability that the masculine is providing is slowing down the feminine, so that she's going to start looking over her shoulder at this masculine and say, well, look at this. This is something I had not considered. All right, let's get this last card. What's going to bring these two together? Knight of Cups. It did come out in the reverse. Okay, and the other thing, I didn't say that this time, is that whenever the cards are out on the table, you have the power to turn these either way. Okay, the energies are here. It's your choice if you want them one way or the other. So what's going to bring you together is, it's interesting because it's cups, it's energy, it's the emotional energy. If you're not rushing, okay, if you're not rushing in, not being a player, so that's great, masculine, that you've chosen something else. Not wanting to just dip your toes in the thing, you're going to have to go all in. This Knight of Cups energy is a in and out energy. It is a, you know, yes, I want to be the lover boy, but oh, I'm not so sure, okay, because it's in the reverse. One and the other. Get really clear on what you want, both sides. When you're really clear, and when you step forward and not going one way or the other, meaning that, you know, that's what I'm saying, like, get really clear before you step forward with somebody, because that energy, when you're not in alignment with yourself, when you're not being, you don't have the integrity, and you just want to have a relationship, or you just want to have a, right, Paco? Exactly. When you just want to have a quick, you know, a one-night stand or whatever, what that does is it takes away from your energy of building in relationship, because it's all similar energy. So the idea is that, you know, you're turning Knight of Cups around, and then you're stepping it up to the Queen, or you're stepping it up to the King. So you have to learn the lesson of being in the upright, which is being in integrity with your love. So that's the first lesson, and then it's maturing the love, if that makes any sense. So I'm feeling like, you know, if this is a couple that is not in connection, right? If you're in separation, I'm feeling like there's a possibility for reconciliation here when the masculine gets more grounded, when the feminine sees this, feels more connected to herself, and when the two step together, okay, forward, when they step together in realizing, oh, this is how I really feel, and this is what I really want to give, okay? Totally new, if this is a totally new connection, or a connection you don't see, haven't met yet. Feminine, when you feel in your power, when you're looking around and you're feeling what you really want. I think I need one more card actually for you. When you're feeling in your power, and you're what we were talking about earlier was that we're not wanting to be ruled by the need for relationship. So when we're able to give yourself that emotional love, and you're stepping, okay, so your integrity is really about you being able to give you all that you need, and at the same time being open to others stepping forward towards you. So it's a really fine balance. I hope that's making sense. I feel like your power is that you know you can give yourself everything you need, but the power is that you're open to others stepping forward too. So there's a really beautiful balance there. And for the masculines, if you're not in a relationship right now, what it's looking like is when you decide that you can be a stable force and you can give to your feminine, then that is when the relationship, or the person, she will see you, right? It's like you're blind to each other until you step into the roles where the feminine's not going anywhere, she's not running away, and the masculine is in his full power of stability. Woo, all right, that's a lot. Okay, so I'm going to pull, let's see what's going on for the heart-to-heart conversations and calling in your soulmate. Okay, so It's time. We talked about this like we were holding back. It's time to have some heart-to-heart conversation. So if this is a relationship that's been in separation, it seems that the cards are saying it's time to speak. Okay, so feminine, it's time to speak. You're the one who's been holding your words back. And if you are totally single, this is you calling in your soulmate. This is your energies in what's going to call in your soulmate. All right, Scorpio, so that is what I have for you this month. Let me know if it resonates in the comments section below. Hit that thumbs up button if you're liking it. And for now, I'm going to send you all my love. I'll see you guys next time.